one. Welcome to the Take It Home podcast. The podcast so bad we probably should really take it on home. I am one of your hosts, Zach Hendricks. You can find me on all social media at Z Hendricks Brand, and of course, look up your mama's favorite Country Air, Country Air Brand, and Country Air Official on all social medias and YouTube channel. And I'm joined today by the gaggle of the three gorgeous dudes or guys. Dang, messed it up. So before any ado, and keep taking my beating, I'm gonna do the hot tag to my partner.
You know, we just got done talking about Perch and his experience with rhythm, and I talked to you a lot this past weekend about your rhythm. You were almost there. You were almost there.
Yeah, I watched that promo, intro back. There was a couple parts that was a little too wordy.
It's just like you're right there. You're right there. But I am Doc Simmons. You can find me at all social media at Doc Simmons 17. You can find country. Oh, you already did the country air. I will give it to the senior official who's internationally known and locally respected.
What's up, everybody? Referee Perch. You can find me at Perch XLV. Pound sign, celebrate pro wrestling and waffles. Take it home podcast.
Waffles, waffles, waffles. Heck yeah! How was the breakfast hunts, guy?
We had some post show Denny's,
Mm.
and it was delicious. We had a good old Brew City crew out there, and yeah, I had some Denny's, stack of pancakes with strawberries and blueberries, bananas on top. It was delicious. I'm all for the fruit, but I'll take it off the pancake. Maybe I put it on the side and eat it separate. I'm I like them separate. I don't need warm fruit, but I love it all the same. So anytime there's fruit and pancakes involved, I'm in. Um, but yeah, that's one where I would keep them separate, unless the blueberries are in the pancake. But that's pretty delicious too. And also stopped at the Vanguard and had a jalapeno cheddar brat with cheese curds on top, all around, and separate, and just lots of curds, and some fries. Incredible. Vanguard still undefeated when it comes to sausage restaurants in the world.
Yeah, Doc, how was your food hunt?
I'm sure you were looking forward to me speaking on my food hunt, but I'm happy Perch had a good time at the Vanguard. I did not get food at the Vanguard, unfortunately.
Neither did I.
Yeah, it was just
Or Chuck got enough for all of us, though.
it It was a cheat day. The diet started on Monday. Words out of his mouth. But yeah, it's real funny you said that because when I got there, um, it was a lot of bringing out Chuck's food. Not saying Chuck had a lot, but it was one server really working the tables. So he's working Chuck's food. So by the time he got that out, I just wasn't in the mood to eat. I did go to Double B's Milwaukee Barbecue on Saturday. Um, had a chicken sandwich, some bourbon yams that were really good. I love me some yams. We had some brisket nachos, queso dip. That was also really good. Real good experience. Definitely try it out again. And then Sunday, we went to Honeyberry. Zach has brought it up a couple times, so we went and checked it out. Um, Everything is super sweet and looks fun and exciting. I am more of a hearty breakfast person, so I had a waffle that was pretty delicious. The producer had an omelet with pancakes that I didn't ask how the pancakes were. Pancakes got a thumb up, so good experience at Honeyberry.
Yeah, and for myself, yeah, I missed Vanguard and well, I didn't even have a drink there. I that night though, I broke one of my rules. I've always had those cinnamon toast, like the 4-piece breakable, but I've always had them frozen.
Yeah.
Uh, I actually had them toasted.
Oh.
Yeah, whole new world.
I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you.
Yeah, Val had me step out of my box. She made them, put them in some syrup, had some syrup. They were good.
Yeah, they are. God, I know we brought this up early days of the podcast, right?
Yeah, that's what I mean. So it was officially midnight. So Rise to Honor's first night, like first minute of Rise to Honor, they Val had me have warm cinnamon toast waffle breakable.
Oh, those are good. Those are good.
Oh yeah. And also, we had some other good breakfasts because Jack was off school for damn near a week now. But Friday, we got some George Webb's, and I got steak and eggs. So couldn't complain. Val got her. Val, what'd you get? She got Val got pancakes, wheat cakes, and Jack got like a George Slam or something.
Mhm.
Um,
Well, when we talk about our weekends, I will probably bring up George Webb.
yeah. And the last thing I was to put over is always getting a pretzel at Brew City. It's like a little tradition, nice pretzel.
Yeah,
Except
yeah,
they forgot the cup of cheese. They forgot the cup of cheese. I had to walk around and ask for it. I was like, "How you give me a dry this pretzel with no cheese?"
yeah. You wouldn't want
Oh,
to take
cinnamon
on.
rolls too. A lot of cinnamon rolls.
Mm.
But yeah. So we talked about we ate and all that. Let's talk about. Oh wait, I
Yep.
skipped something once again, but I ain't
Mhm.
skipping it because we had some good bangers. I mean, the cinnamon toast was warmed up and there's a long overdue banger, but
You
we
did.
almost missed it once again. Perch, let's talk about how fresh you are, man, with these bangers.
Yeah, banger of the week. This week has been a fresh week, really. First time I've ever had to drive to college in my life. So I've got a nice little half hour, probably 45-minute drive each day to and from. So it's all countryside. Nice, beautiful landscapes where the snow falls over the hills and the roads go on forever and just picturesque, beautiful Wisconsin backdrop. So each day's been amazing. I'll pass by a nice DeLorean with a flag behind it. It feels like I'm in a time machine to a timeless place. And I've been bumping some music lately. I just pressed play a couple days ago on a CD, and it just kept going, and it's been suggesting songs ever since. And I've heard some bangers. And wow, I've been living in like 1994 for this past past couple days, this past week. Um, there's a bunch of artists from that era and music that's just eye opening and you know it catches the ear and it's a beat that I don't hear often anymore. And maybe it's fun to think back to when I first started school. Maybe it was back in 94, 95, 96, right in the earliest days of school. So restarting it all again, going back to this time period. And and yeah, this week's banger of the week, I'll take one song from it. And I'd have to say Best Friend by Brandy.
Okay.
That first Brandy CD, wow. Um, incredible. Um, but the music from that era and
R&B is very different nowadays.
yeah, yeah. So I would say since restarting my school all over again, I've been stuck in mid '90s R&B, and yeah, that first Brandy CD's been amazing. Some Monica in there has been wow, wow. It takes it to the next level.
Oh,
Deborah Cox, um,
oh,
Aliyah, Aaliyah.
Aaliyah.
Whoa, she is got some hits. Aaliyah, Deborah. Yeah. So I've been grooving on this drive,
Ooh,
this 45-minute to and fro, uh, school each day, thinking about life, new beginnings. I've been on this kick of just a random shuffle of music from this era, and wow, it's hitting.
I fucking love you.
So by this time, Mariah's already got 2, 3 CDs out, so she's doing her thing, and it's a lane in its own. But I mean, this 94, 95, this R&B, wow, wow. So
I,
um,
I would be disrespecting Zach if I did not acknowledge the outlaw knees in a liar.
So you're taking outside influences since day one.
But wow, okay, so Deborah Cox, Aaliyah, 94. Okay, I see where you at. I see where you at.
yeah, it's been great. Good soothing music, and call it inspirational too for uncertain. I'm brand new all over again, just like wrestling school was 8 years ago.
It
Starting fresh.
it makes me laugh because there is a trend now to remix like that era of songs.
Really?
Yes, but not as love songs, as some of the most gangster, over the top songs I've ever heard.
Oh,
It is,
I'm still music illiterate.
I'm like, oh, fuck, that's 94. So is that one in a million? Or is that, what's the 411 for Aaliyah? One in a million might be a couple of years later.
uh, yeah, I was hitting like back and forth was one
Back,
that
back.
hit.
Okay, so what's the 411? Okay. All
Yeah.
right, all right.
It's out there in the wintertime, -5 degrees, just bumping some back,
Okay, so maybe it's
forth,
like
forth.
you're like two,
What
3 years off.
songs?
2, 3 years off then. Okay.
And I'm not going any year in particular. Just I've looked up the credits to a couple of these songs, and 94's come up a couple times. So definitely
Okay.
90s, some 98, some all in there. But yeah, it was that Tony Braxton CD. I just kept going, and
Yeah.
it finished 2 days ago, but
Yeah.
but it's got these songs going.
Well,
So
well, enjoy.
I'm not changing it.
All right.
I'm not
Oh yeah,
changing it.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Just see what it brings up. That is how I discover new music. Um, so yeah, I get it.
Yeah, yeah. That's these ones are, if I haven't heard it, it's new to me,
Yeah,
and
yeah. When I
this.
say new, I'm like 2019, 2016.
Hmm.
So
Yeah, yeah. So I'm grateful for all these artists. If others know who they are, they're definitely giving me some good inspiration going into a freshman year of college as as a yeah as a grown up. It's
have you
fun.
ever have you ever watched American Dad?
Yeah.
I imagine you right now as all the singing parts of Steve.
Uh-huh. Going through it,
Yeah,
full expressive.
yeah.
I'm loving it. I'm loving it. It's fun.
It's we're enjoying it. We're enjoying it. There are like the 12s and 12s of fans listening are enjoying it.
and and I was watching some I still know what you did last summer the other day. So you get people from all over. And was it Brandy who was in that movie as well?
Yeah, I believe
I only
Brandy.
knew her as an actress, but I knew she was like, a singer at the time. Is that the same Brandy that I've been listening
Oh,
to?
you've
And
only known her as an actress. That's
I only know her as an actress, but almost like I knew she had other, abilities. She was famous otherwise, but yeah, so I just know her as an actress in some, especially those '90s movies.
are you are you a Kanye fan? Or were you
The
ever?
first CDs, yeah, oh yeah, especially the first one, two, three CDs,
He's on the
incredible.
second CD.
Mm.
Um, he's on the second one. I can't think of the song off the top of my head, but she does her
We'll
work.
have to go back and watch.
Yeah. All right. Go ahead, Zach. Keep posting. I'm gonna.
I mean, Perch kind of talked about what he's been watching, so I think that's what we're supposed to go into.
Bangers, great tunes. I've been listening more than I've been watching. I've been going through it, and it's been incredible.
is this is interesting. This is very interesting in the Simmons household right now. Everything you said earlier. The Simmons Madison household. It's very interesting right now. It's interesting. um, I have watched lots of anime because the anime is still good this season. Um, I've heard rumors of AJ Styles, so I have some things queued up to watch. Just haven't got to them yet because I don't want to believe it. But not too much wrestling. Um, actually, some scouting of Drake Holloway and Relly Carter, the Young Guns, which, spoiler, spoiler, spoiler.
Hmm. And then for myself, not much. I mean, I did watch CM Punk versus AJ Styles. It's interesting to hear that that was the first time they've ever wrestled each other in WWE.
Yeah, I mean,
Um,
makes sense actually.
oh yeah, because Punk was gone, and then like AJ Styles came a few years later.
Yep, and then when Punk came back, I'm pretty sure AJ was hurt.
Yeah,
AJ was hurt for an extended period of time during it,
yeah, so it makes sense. But yeah, they was really good. I mean, those guys put on a classic. It was ruined by Finn Balor.
which I'm excited about, I guess.
I think everyone was expecting it to get ruined by Gunther. So I think everyone knew it was going to get spoiled. I think, like, deep down in your heart, you knew you were going to get a finish
Yeah,
that you wanted. But, like, I was expecting Gunther. So Finn was a good one.
yeah.
And then I just watched the back half of NXT. The WWE ID program is standing strong. Sean Legacy, the Evolve champion, Jack, I forgot his name.
Jackson Drake.
Yeah, Jackson Drake. Those guys are both in the NXT Championship match next week. Vanity Project all over. So I mean, that ID program, they're paying attention.
Yep, yep. It is some very interesting moves that. Oh shit, they gouged NXT. Oh shit, they brought all the ID and Evolve guys up.
Oh yeah, and they're not just brought them up; they're like putting like kind of like
Pushing
pushing
them,
them.
pushing them.
Yeah, kind of showing like, hey, like if you guys get these like showing guys on the indies, like, hey, if you get this opportunity, you work hard for it. You don't know what they might
Well,
do when they
yeah,
get
we'll
you.
take a chance.
Yeah, there's someone's willing to put their name on you.
Yep.
So, super cool to see all that. And other than that, really not much. I mean, I've been watching a lot of the WWE biographies and rivals. Jake the Snake versus Macho Man. Uh, how much finding out that Macho Man, Elizabeth's family was pissed at Macho Man when Jake smacked her, and like, cause he wasn't peeling back the curtain because they were normies, so he was gonna tell him that it was a work.
Jake.
So yeah, like her dad like apparently kicked him out of the house and said, "You promised my girl would never get hurt," and she got hurt.
Ooh,
You guys, yeah, well, I'll explain it.
yeah. Uh,
but
different time.
man, that's like kayfabe, kayfabe. I
Yeah.
mean, could you imagine me going to Val's mom's house and be like, "Yeah, so I hit her in the face with the belt a couple weeks ago."
Yeah. Yeah. Dropped
But
her.
yeah, other than that, let's talk about what we have been doing. Perch, I'll let you kick it off.
Yeah, it was a fun weekend. Great time in Milwaukee and Waukesha. We had some good hometown shows, and it really, went as like a nice 8 year anniversary from the first time I stepped foot in Bruce City Wrestling and started training. It was shortly after Rise to Honor in 2018. So in 2016, to be able to have a weekend that was, gonna, finish with Rise to Honor, it felt like a great, uh, you know, uh, closure on a fun chapter. And it kicked off first in Milwaukee, which was a great time at Mondo Lucha, the Cooperage. Waking up that morning, it was 30 degrees below zero.
Yep.
It was windy and frozen,
Yep.
and it hurt to be outside. Uh, but it warmed up. It was probably 15 below zero by the end of the night.
Hey, that 50 degrees made a difference.
Like it did, it made a big difference.
That's
And by the lake,
real.
it was so cold you couldn't stop. You had to keep moving. Uh, but it was such a fun show. There happened to be a ping pong table upstairs, and we were looking around for a ping pong ball and paddles. Couldn't find them anywhere. Um, and then Sierra just happened to look, right near the table and found everything we needed right there.
Of
Like, oh,
course.
sure, sure, of
Of
course. uh, and we had a blast. I was playing some ping pong before the show for a nice warm up. Great warm up. Get the body right, get the mind right, get the eyes right. Uh, had Jack Sirius playing some ping pong, some Chucky Bates. Uh, yeah, it's fun. Sometimes it's years between being able to play, so I was thrilled. And then we had a show which was great. Mondo Lucha is always special. That venue we've been able to work at for a handful of years, so it's feels like a home arena. And the first match of that show that I had was Devon Monroe against Sierra, and that was for the Vanguard Championship. So we were rewarded handsomely with delicious food afterwards on behalf of the Vanguard Championship. So
Well,
can
only
say
one of
we're
us was actually, but all right.
can say that sponsor everyone. I think all those participating in that title match.
Yeah, yeah, I think Devon got food. He came after me. So, yeah.
Too funny, too funny. Uh, but it was a great time. Wonderful match, hard hitting, and both performers are on top of their game. Devon Monroe and Sierra are two wrestlers who it was their first time in a singles match. But since I started wrestling, and we all did back in 2018, I remember those two being on shows together, whether it was RCCW or Showtime Wrestling. Showtime was the show that Doc, you and I went up. I drove in a blizzard to pick
Yep.
you up, walk to Madison to pick you up. And we went from Madison to La Crosse to pick up AC Riley. We went from La Crosse to Minneapolis just to find out that the Showtime show was canceled because of a blizzard,
Yep.
in which we took that roundabout right back. We were no more than 20 minutes away from that
Yep.
show.
Yeah.
And came to find out that that was the night that Sierra was going to wrestle Devon Monroe. So it didn't happen that night. And We
Wow.
weren't there, and we took an infamous picture outside the Quick Trip as remember Prince was playing, and the car was completely covered. We needed
Yes.
to
I
un
believe that's why we
you
had
know
stopped, not because of gas.
no, we didn't even need gas. We just had to get the snow out from the tires.
Yeah.
I couldn't even turn left or right because there was so much. It was a complete blizzard. It was so heavy,
Yeah.
um, mass accumulation, and yeah, that had to have been maybe 2000 and either 18 or 19.
19 at
Uh,
the latest.
yeah, that winter, and it was brutal. But yeah, it was a great time. So to go back to those stories again, more full circle moments. Uh, the reasons why pro wrestling isn't a linear story path because of reasons like that and moments like the night at the Cooperage having a match with these two, um, and having gone what we've all gone through from a night where they were supposed to match up together. In a different universe, maybe they did have a match that night at Showtime, but in this universe, they didn't. And here we are, 5 years later, having the match, having learned a lot more from the experiences that we've gained from them. And safe to say that I've worked with both these people a good handful of times. So yeah, very fun. And that wrestling, you find moments from the past that come up in the future, and that was one of those times. And they put on a banger of a match. Great time. I finally got out of the way of Sierra's combos in the corner. A lot of it's accompanied by a move perch, and this time I was again little time travel. I was able to travel to the future by about half a second and know exactly
Word.
because when she was lining up for it, I could sense what was coming.
Which is always appreciated.
We get that intuition as a referee, and no one, honestly, no one tells us where to be. It's as spontaneous
Yeah,
as
yeah.
any role. It's complete free jazz out there. So it has to come from the heart, and strategically from the mind. But we're not consciously, thinking about stuff as we're instinctually, performing out there. So it was nice to instinctually know where to be. Was wonderful. Next match I had was the Beast on his farewell tour.
Yeah.
How cool! If there was a Beast farewell tour shirt, I would be a proud supporter of it because I was able to hop on the tour and got to ref his match against Stephen Flo, another performer we've gotten to work with over the years. He's been in the business longer than us, so he's someone we've crossed paths with off and on over the years, and always fun to have his perspective and a nice guy. And he took a choke slam of all choke slams that night
Yep.
from the I will replay that one in my mind for a while to come. It was a definitive ending. Great match. I really enjoyed. Really enjoyed. And the next match I had was Gringo Loco against Matt Cross. Uh, wow, those two are some of the best in the world right now. Talk about on another level. Those two have been on another level for multiple decades.
Yeah.
To harness the ability that they have to market themselves, to manage themselves, to travel themselves, to profit, to be able to make a living for themselves in the pro wrestling business for the multiple decades that both Matt Cross and Gringo Loco have, um, is incredible. It's astonishing, and there's always something to learn from the both of them. And on nights like Mondo Lucha, it's such a celebration of pro wrestling. I've got the good homies from day one, Brew City, to the first time I was ever at Mondo Lucha. A lot of people to Derek St. Holmes, the first one at Zawa, riding in the car with him. To
Yeah.
so much wisdom from people from all over, and to also have Gringo Loco and Matt Cross in the locker room on any given night. Uh, it's just an absolute asset to any one of us students in the pro wrestling business. Uh, so they were matching up against each other. I remember they wrestled against each other with Space Monkey at Turner Hall years ago, and it was a blast. So fun to be a part of this one in the main event. Gringo Loco, out of nowhere, gave a shout out before the match. It was very cool. Talking about moments that we've shared together all over the world. And yeah, it just gives a little extra motivation and inspiration in the next journey and the next chapter. And as Matt Cross said after the match, it's like, yeah, dude, the crowd was pretty ready for action, especially after that. It's like it primed them nicely to know like something official was about to go down here. But I think it was a credit to everybody in that room, to know that we all care so much about the sport, pro wrestling, and we care so much about every aspect of it. And every match gives you a little something different, but each one of us individually has so much care and love for what we do. And we represent it to the best of our abilities on any given night. And we come from different walks of life to do it. And a night like that was incredible. So Matt Cross, Gringo Loco matching up. Midway through it, just like Sierra, I mentioned I could tell you where to stand because I've learned instinctually. Matt Cross, I know he hits that elbow in the corner, and just like Great Muda, but just like any great performer, I got mesmerized. So I was in the corner, Ringo, and I looked, and I was standing on the train tracks when a train was coming through, and I got knocked out. And homage to Terry Funk, Triple H, I fell right through the ropes, right out.
Yeah.
To which next day, Matt Cross reached out and said some kind words, which was incredible. Again, we're all students of the business, and Matt's someone who I've worked with a handful of times, especially with Mondo over the years. And just to get a message from him, just letting us know, like, hey, we're all brothers here. And for him to be like, hey, kudos on the, on the commitment to the bit.
Yeah.
Because every bit that we put together, we put thought into it. And, I was talking to them after the match, and there were moments in there where, Matt had mentioned, like, yeah, that's, because we're professional, and it made sense. And, to have that message given the next day, that made me realize, like, yeah, it is because we're professional. Like, yeah, absolutely. We perform out there because we enjoy what we do and we're passionate about it. And we pour our heart and soul, blood, sweat, and tears, and our mind into it. So what we give is a performance, to the best of our ability every time. When you're working with professionals, and we all are, the level of professional and level of experience and level of, just life journeys that we all have, it all mixes together. And with everybody you have, including the crowd and the promoters and the promotions, the wrestlers, refs, everybody, it all mixes together and creates magic. So that night was magical, and the whole weekend was magical. Because the next day we were at Brew City Wrestling for Rise to Honor, and able to work with guys like Jack and Josiah, who are up and coming and trying to put on the best possible match they can. Like I picture being in school right now and thinking, like, if I could write the best paper I possibly could using all of the elements we've been taught in class, and like really put my own flair into it, my own thought, that's what independent wrestling is all about. And wrestling is as a whole, but you see it at shows like the Brew City and independent wrestling shows. You see it all over. It can be classified as a work rate match or whatever you want to call it, but it's two individuals really putting in top notch, work and homework and schoolwork into crafting a project together. And the way it comes out is two guys kicking each other's ass until one man can't stand up anymore. And then saying, you know what? I kicked your ass because you asked for it, and I'll do it again. But that's the sport that we tell. And, we told some stories that night, True City Wrestling, that are as good as it gets. And on any given night, professional wrestling, that Elks Lodge was the place to be. Um, First match I had was you guys against Jay Manny and Chuko. Jay Manny and Chuko were at Brew City when I first started training, and they were a couple of the first brothers who welcomed me in to training, and you know stayed late after class or got in early with me, and we were able to study extra. So it was sentimental to be in there with those guys, uh, and to be in there with you guys. Again, we've been there from the start, and we've traveled all over for almost a decade now. So between all four of you guys in there, it was special to be a part of it. I I took a lot of it to heart because on any given night, I've just as well been anywhere else. Uh, so to be at the Bruce City Wrestling at the Elks Lodge in Waukesha, where it all started, and about to close and begin a new chapter in my life. And to some, it may not seem different. Maybe I'll be around more for local shows, but it's definitely a definitive new chapter in my life. So I know it was a loser leaves town match. Wow, wow. I felt like I was the one between both you guys. No matter who wins or loses this thing, I'm the one driving that U-Haul, and I'm right there with you. You know, driving it and taking whoever to wherever they need to go. So it was very sentimental to me, uh, which all adds to the fun adrenaline that we have and the professionalism we portray inside the ring. Because the better we portray it for the fans, the better the performance comes across. And again, we give it everything we have. So our passion, in my case, the way I can speak on it, comes through as I try to laser focus and lock in as much as I can and be in the moment, present in the moment. And the moment always changes. And in this moment, it was a loser leaves town match between all four of you guys. I didn't know what was going to happen. And by the end of it, Jay Manny and Chuko ended up being defeated. And Chuko hit a promo for the ages. Uh, I've heard it. I've heard Jay Manny and Chuko speak on the microphone before, and Jay Manny was wonderful that night as well. But I don't know if I've ever heard in such clarity and meaningful and heartfelt and impactful as Chuko was on that microphone after that match. Uh, it brought Frankie out of the curtain. I had a tear streaming down my face at ringside.
Already cried. Good.
It was a moment. I enjoy it. I love good drama and emotion and storytelling. That's what we're in there for. And I treat each match differently and individually. And I like to be open and receptive to all the emotions, whether it's a movie or a play or a show or pro wrestling, especially. Man, some promos, I bring a tear right to my eye all the time. So in this case, with it being like a farewell speech, yeah, no stranger that I was had a tear streaming down, but it was good. It was a great one, good cry, and yep, left after that one, and yep, ready to start the next match. I'm able to hit that reset button and able to go to it. Right when I hit that curtain, there's my closure. I let the guys know, how it was and get closure on the match and go over anything we may need to. But yeah, very professional, and professional wrestling is what we do. And on a show day and show night, like I mentioned before, very focused and doing it. So, and that just comes naturally. We're able to be passionate and wear all those hats on any given night. So to wrap that VHS up and and put it back on the shelf, and to be about to step foot into this next story, which was Jack Sirius versus Josiah Vatsana. Um, wow. If that first match was, a good action flick, this next match was like a good martial arts film. Like, wow. um, two different genres altogether. There may be similarities to it, maybe in the same realm of some fighting in there, some people getting hurt or some bad guys. There weren't really any bad guys in either of these stories, but there was conflict, and in this match, the entrances were great. Jack Sirius coming through as a bad guy. Wow. Someone had to be a bad guy antagonist in the story. And he certainly is a meanie. And he leads into it. And Josiah coming out to a cool entrance. Very, very cool entrance. Jack's
Big
entrance gear
fan.
was incredible, and Josiah's entrance gear was incredible.
Yep.
And really their match gear was sweet too. Jack special colors for it, and Josiah stayed with the theme. And sweet fingers too. I think it said something about Jack Sirius on his nails. He was all decked out, and some streamers throughout the Brew City Elks Lodge. That was very cool. Very cool.
Not a family. His family came out strong.
Yeah, you could feel the emotion, and see people throw streamers at Brew City was so cool. Whether it was they knew what to do or not, they had something, and they were a part of the show. And you have to start somewhere. And who knows, if streamers continue once in a while, people will all know exactly what to do the next time or the following times. But it was really cool and really fun. Great entrances, back and forth match, high level of endurance. They both had a lot of gas in the tank and a high motor inside both of them to take the level of physicality and abuse they were taking and to deliver it with such precision. They worked very hard and put together a match that was phenomenal through my eyes. And to be a referee for it was an honor. It was really cool. And yeah, just a fun match, one that I'll look back on and very happy, and came full circle again from watching a match in the Elks Lodge to here I am working a tag match with you guys. 2 out of 3 falls, so it was 3 falls to this match, which was 1 fall, and high stakes to these matches and lots of falls. So from watching in the crowd, saying I just want to be there helping them out, to be inside the ring, just cool moments, and just trying to help the business however I can. And we've always been about helping the next generation. So in the first match, we were able to represent our generation and how far we've come and what we've put together from what we've learned, and set sights on where we're going from here. And the next match was trying to represent from my end, what we've learned from our generation to give back to the next generation. And whether people are older or younger, whether you started before us or after us, in my mind, it makes no difference. But it's about those who come from the same place and, come from passionate fanhood of professional wrestling. And if we were in the environment and have something that we've learned from our time that we can share with someone else, and someone who's coming into it with not as much experience, that's what we are taught to give back to the next people, to the next students, and to have somewhere like Thumper's Den where, we come in at the time that we do, and, got Jack and Josiah come along at the years that they do. Really, everyone comes along at whatever time, whether it's too early, too late. Everyone feels, oh, I started this way too late, but no, it's the right time for everybody.
Yeah.
So it was cool to represent their generation in that match, because it's 2 guys again working so hard at the top of their class to put together the best possible match using everything that they've learned in their arsenal and to pour it all out there for this performance, which was, in this case, Josiah's last match for the foreseeable future. Uh, we go so hard at this wrestling business. We've said it many times on this show in particular,
Yeah.
how hard we go, that sometimes a break is, made for you, or sometimes you have to make the break or take a break or take the foot off the gas pedal a little bit. Uh, so for Josiah to realize in his mind or his, his journey, that he's going to take a little time off, it's more power to him and all the support in the world. Uh, you can label it a retirement, you can label it a break, you can label it taking some time away. Whatever, it makes no difference. I think in my case, I'm going to call it a retirement, and I'm not even retire. So it's just about taking everything that we've sacrificed, and Josiah said it in his speech after the match. Now I was already teared out from Jay Manny's and Chuko's speech, so I didn't shed a tear in this one, but I felt it in the soul when Josiah said, "Sorry, to my family, to my friends, we're all here. Thank you for being here, and I'm sorry for the sacrifices that I've made over the years." Which we can all resonate with, and we've all made sacrifices. And he said, "But this is why. Tonight you got to see why I made the sacrifices and the changes and the person." It was to that extent, and it really hit home, because whether the people around us see the hard work we put in or don't, doesn't change who we are, but it does give us a little extra inspiration and motivation and camaraderie and fun times when they're able to see the hard work that we put in. And when family and friends are able to at least attend or see or support in any way, it means extra special. So that was a good-hearted, cathartic moment that I took in and took to heart. It was very cool to see. So those two put on a great match as well. And then the last match I got to be a part of was to represent the generation that came before us. And when I first started at Brew City Wrestling, the champion was Max Holiday. He was on the website. I'm sure if you were to go to the website right now, he would still be there as the champion, holding the title like this with the hair.
Yeah, good chance.
But that's the same site that I went on to find the email address to send the email to say, I would like to be a pro wrestler. I've been a fan my entire life. I would like to step foot inside the pro wrestling business. I've always wanted to do this. the email we've all sent some form or another. That's the website that I went on that had Max Holiday as the champion listed with the title in his hands. And on this night, I got to be inside the ring with Max Holiday and another performer, Brandon Blaze, who I performed with from day one. Another wrestler who was right there from my earliest days of shows. I remember him against Baxter Belafonte at my first ever Brew City Wrestling show, from being in the show. I think it was it. Yeah, incredible. And Big John I've been able to work with from the Lucha shows and Zello Pro for about the past 5 years or so. So cool to be in the ring with him as well, representing still champ. But this time it was in a steel cage. The very same arena where Doc was in the steel cage with the bouncers way back.
Yep. And shout out to 01 for providing the cage.
Yup. And this match was incredible. To be inside that steel cage was awesome. Having the experience that I've gained over the years and the steel cage matches that I've been a part of, was ringside for the one in Los Angeles, most recent. And was inside the cage for the Hammerstein Ballroom show with GCW last January. So back to back Januaries, you can find me in Steel Cage. 2025 January, Steel Cage, uh, Manhattan, New York, and this year, Steel Cage Elks Lodge in Waukesha, where it all began. So very, very cool perspective, and I'll always think back to that Doc Steel Cage match as one of the coolest. One of the coolest. Just the people we were in there with, the time, the moments, uh, being able to represent a steel cage match. In my mind, growing up, it would always be a clipping in the paper, like the Mid American Wrestling, steel cage and
Yeah.
blood, and advertisement in the paper if it was a steel cage match. Uh, so in my mind, it's steel cage happening in Waukesha. Gotta be there. Like that would get me as a fan be like, yeah, I gotta see this. Whether I knew about indie wrestling or not, I would have to see a steel cage match in town. So it was cool to
I feel
represent.
like you would
And
feel
then
the
that
same reaction.
still,
I feel like
still,
you
like
would.
I'll tell you, I'll
The
tell you,
problem
it is.
is people don't read the newspaper, so it's the reach. If people could figure out that there was a steel cage match
Mm,
in their town, they would come.
mm, and and in this case, they were fighting, they were brawling, three men, steel cage. At one point, Brandon Blaze picked up Big John over his head and threw him over the ropes, outside the ring, through the steel cage wall.
Yep.
I was in awe, even thinking about it right now. I mean, this night contained some dramatic moments, some intense moments. I had to go through a couple ref shirts because I was sweating. I went through the first ever ref shirt that I ever wore. It still works. It's still my go-to, but I also have my backup. So I went through a lot that night. But at this moment, it was like Tommy Boy when he said, "I've seen a lot of cool stuff in my life, but that was awesome."
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that was a
Uh,
good one.
if we were to think about moves, just random moves, like a gorilla press slam from the inside of the ring to the outside of the ring, top move. Like I can't fathom. Like that's so cool. How would one ever prepare or do? You only see that in pro wrestling or movies trying to imitate pro wrestling.
Yeah.
Uh, so to see a over the head, not gorilla press, but uh,
Yeah, just toss
you
them
know,
like with a
a
DVD player
crossover
through
um
the
over the top rope through the like you're breaking the in a video game Hell in a Cell cage match where you have to break the cell wall to get out. It
yeah,
was that style,
yeah,
but imagine it just being a steel cage match and you have to break the middle panel to get out of the cage, and he did.
yeah,
And he did. Big John went through that cage
yeah.
wall out of
The
nowhere
floor.
and landed just short of the crowd.
Yeah.
The steel cage was safe and short of the crowd. Crowd was safe, and John was looking like he was down, like he was Batman in that hole, and then he
Yeah.
had to get out.
Yeah.
Um, it was one of the wildest moments I've ever experienced at that Elks Lodge.
Yeah.
Um, on the same corner where, um, yeah, lots has happened. Right to the house side, there was that cool entrances before and the good tag match and a lot of stuff on that side. Doc picked up the pin with the liquid swords earlier around that area, and the cool Tuca was knocked out right around then. But I never have seen a through the cage
Yeah.
toss like that. Um, it was cool. Was it K Dot? Who took that picture? Shout out to the producer. That's who I got it from. So I'm guessing it had to have been K Dot who took
Yeah.
that photo.
Yes, she did.
Producer of the pod was on it, who captured the moment perfectly.
Yeah.
You see not what I was seeing, but you see how I saw it, and that picture speaks 1,000 words.
Yeah.
Uh, and
Sorry.
Big John climbed to the top of the rope. From that, he climbed back into the ring later on in the match. He had climbed all the way back into the ring to the top of the rope, and by the end of it, secured the victory uh, by pinfall. So cool match, incredible, great selling. Each match individually was its own hand wrapped book or movie in my mind or gift. So I loved it. It was such a fun weekend of pro wrestling, and it got me right for school, which just started the next day. So right from a couple of Milwaukee and Elks Lodge shows, right to school in university for the first time. So very fun weekend and had a blast.
Hell yeah. And then Doc, I don't know. Did I say what I did last week? I don't really care. Everyone saw. But if you didn't see, I won belts. Um,
Yep. Mm.
Doc, what do we do Friday?
Friday. I started off by checking into my Airbnb because me, the producer, and the dog stayed the weekend in Milwaukee. Turned the full weekend of shows to a mini vacay. So I dropped the dogs off and I headed to Mondo Lucha.
Mondo Lucha, where we were in the inaugural six-man tag team championship match. Team Turbo with the Forbidden Hidden member Jared Jacks against the Leather Daddies, Eye Candy, not so much Outlaw Trevor, and the Marman.
Yeah, Perch was talking about matches that were supposed to happen that finally happened. And this is one of them. Before I got hurt, we were supposed to have a six-man at the Cooperage. And we finally got it. I think the teamwork was solid, looking back at the tape.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of had the experience of Doc Simmons trying to get to my tag partners, but we had a good game plan until I think I don't know. Review the tape. Mario and them might have been holding ropes. I know an ass was out.
Yep, yep. High Candy had his ass out for probably the last 3 to 4 minutes of the match.
I mean, I wedged his ass and threw it into Mario's face. I didn't think it was going to come back to haunt us.
Yes, unfortunately. But
I mean, we did get the invite to come out to Turner for the inauguration, so
yep,
well,
I'm sure we'll figure something out there.
I don't know. You guys won, but you didn't get no hardware.
Yep, yep.
But then Saturday was a day. It was a match. I would say like technically like 5 years in the making. 7 if you want to count from camp. Just the competition going at it as friends. Grinding, but as Perch alluded to earlier, it was Doc Simmons and myself versus Caribbean Arrogance, not the Caribbeans.
Yes,
Uh,
there is a lot to dissect in that match. Um, Perch, I did not forget about what it meant to have you in that match. That is why at the end, I am fighting with you to get you into the middle when you raise our hands, because I do realize what it means in this moment for us to have this match with you in there.
oh yeah, it
Oh,
was
yeah,
definitely the right.
that was definitely felt. I
But you were
appreciate
a
Uh,
damn professional. You want to be on the outside.
it.
yeah,
Ah, yeah,
no,
yeah, yeah. Curtain call was for you, homies. But I got anything I was looking for in the way of sentimental value. Uh,
Yeah.
Normally I bounce out that ring right away and keep an eye on you, but I stayed in that ring because everything that was said was pertinent to all of us. I made sure. I made
Yeah.
sure, and it was felt for real.
Yes, it
no.
was. This is
That's me being awkward in my instincts.
It is. Call it
that is
egotistical. Call it cocky. Call it was. It was. It is maybe the. I'm not gonna say it is because you never say never. But if it is, it was a solid end to a chapter 5 years in the making. But I don't think this book is done. I'm gonna say it right now.
Wrestling, you never say never. So
Uh,
we're gonna
but no,
keep it
Could
open.
very well be the last time all five of us are in the ring at the same time all together.
Yes. So
Could happen. Could happen. Could be more.
yeah, yeah,
More
but
people involved too. But that could very well be the last time all five of us. So a blessing to always take in moments when they happen. My goodness. So, yeah, way to bring that moment up. So that's worth noting for sure.
yep,
oh,
yeah,
definitely. It was one that we'll talk about probably on the next subject. But yeah, we'll talk about the match where right off the bat started with a bang, showing everyone last month what should have already been.
yep. Quick liquid swords off brick.
Bro, right on the button. Chuko was knocked out. It was like a UFC fight in real life. He went low. He was swinging. He was going for the fences. Doc was taking his time. The goat was pouncing and bam, bro, right on the button. I'm talking about. We had to have Perch and J Manny check on Homie. Homie was cold out, bro.
J Manny's reaction is very good. J Man's
Bro,
reaction to that moment is very good.
wild, bro. And then we got the little soft reset. Manny tried going high with a kick and almost bam again, baby.
Yep. Keep that thing cocked. Always ready.
Yeah, bro.
Always ready.
I think it was Jonathan Gresham saying, if you have a kill shot, why don't everyone use your finisher at the beginning? Asking us in a seminar. You know what, Gresham? We listen.
Yep, we listened. So, yeah, we took it to Manny. Um, feeling good. But we've been training together since at least 2018. Manny saw the high low coming, took it to Zach. Caribbeans were up. You know, Zach
I
fights back.
busted out an old trick. Um, I busted out a callback of callbacks, second ever camp match because I
Yep,
was known for the hip toss. To get to that hot tag, me and Chuko went high and came up the top rope with a hip toss, baby.
yep, yep. But Caribbean arrogance, students of the game. I made the tag. Manny did not. So,
I swore he was, I swore I thought there was a tag, bro. But then again, my head was down. I had
but you
a
know
hair
what?
full of Russian socks.
There's a reason Perch is the best that we know. He saw the no tag. So when I thought I was up, Chuko proved me wrong. 1, 2, 3. So we're tied up 1-1.
I mean, after that, it was swinging for the fences. Like
Yep.
embarrassing to come back in November and get kicked out in January.
Yep, that would have been bad. Would have
Um,
been very bad.
but well, yeah, no, bro. Got that hot tag. I felt very cool with my northern German.
Yep, that was smooth. Um,
Yeah, it was guns blazing. I remember at one point, Manny goes for a fucking a senton. I caught homie, power bombed him on the apron. Took a moment to breathe, and here comes Chuko through the air, bro.
yep, and I maneuver myself around Perch to get to Chuko.
Bro, I got hit so hard with that suicide, I went back to the curtain.
Yes, you did.
Bro, and then coming back, swinging it out. I've given a lot of cartwheel Germans, but I've never taken it. It don't feel good. Ain't going to happen again. But if you want to take mine, I'll take yours. I gave Chuko with a little assist, a kick to the face, a little step up cutter, a Caribbean cutter, if you would say.
Yep, and Air Buddies to top it off.
1, 2, 3, and then it was a whirlwind of emotions.
Yep, and that's when all the emotions hit. Um,
You want me to hit? As Perch was counting, I felt Chuko.
yeah. That was probably the best match or my favorite match that we've had with them, and the emotions probably have a lot to do with it.
Oh yeah, no, it was definitely one of those where, um, I mean, we'll talk about it like in the next subject, but yeah, I guess we'll get onto it real quick because we're gonna
Yep,
go
might
right
as
into
well.
it. So, as we talked about, as Perch said, might be the last time. I don't believe it's last time we see the Caribbeans, but as of right now, Perch is taking his break, and Manny and Chuko have announced that they're leaving wrestling. They're retiring. Um, Doc and I were told this, pulled back the curtain a little. We knew this a while ago. Um, it's definitely one of those that definitely one of those that we're definitely the guys to be like, don't jump. No, you're good. Hey, you're good.
Yeah,
Beat it. Yeah, like uh definitely the guys doing that. But yeah, no, the match, driving up to it, I think everyone was in their feels a little bit. I know I looking at the match graphics, I found the match graphics just looking at how much we've evolved, how much we've changed, how skinny the three of us have gotten, and Doc just grew his hair out.
yeah.
Um, yeah, no, it was one of those. And I sent to the Caribbeans. Chuco responded, said, "I'm gonna tonight. I'm gonna go as hard as I can." It was a fun one, but memories though. I guess Doc, use your subject. You go first.
Yeah. I mean, like I kind of alluded to, this is probably my favorite match. With the Caribbeans, having all five of us. Um, we have a lot of refs, and I was very happy to have Perch there. Yeah, because just how we were able to work that match. Um, yeah, from a worker's perspective,
It was butter, bro. Like things
just
just organically fall. Things
knowing
like
that
the
all
false.
five of us could see the same thing,
Oh yeah, like
know
I
how to
watched
read
it back. The false tag, bro. Butter.
the false tag, the your cover on Manny, where I keep Perch with me, just you know those type of things. When you have 8 years together, you can build those type of nonverbal and little verbal communication because I could not see what you were doing. I
No, it was just one of those like we've been in this game so long, you learn how to like wear things that can evoke a little bit more,
Yeah,
which I get more out of less. And like Manny, like I'm glad he didn't wait till Perch. He kicked out at the right time, and just one of those things that like, it just helped out. It helped tell the story we were telling.
yep, and yeah, like I said, I couldn't see you guys. Perch is a large man. I couldn't see around him, so I did not know exactly what you were doing, but I knew I needed to keep Perch there for whatever it was. The way that worked, um, I did not know Chuko was hurt, but we still, we took care of him. We didn't try to rush him or anything. I don't think like the match was ill paced because of it. Um,
Nothing fell off pace. Like he was hurt, but like he laid down, and honestly, it worked out better for him to lay and pray. He only took a hip toss, and then like he took a kick and a hip toss before he covered
yeah, I
you.
mean, he took a lot. For
He,
someone who came in with his ribs hurt, he took a lot of back bumps. He took a lot. I, I would not do the same. So, this weekend is definitely going to be a top one. Um, just, all the trips on the road. We went to Indiana together that first time. We went to Indiana again for the collective, where they didn't even know they were in Indiana. Texas together. We have truly traveled the country together, up and down, trying to make tag team wrestling work. And just to have that moment, me in
I
there with
mean,
all five of y'all, that made things special. It was very
yeah, for me, bro, I have like I always say like I love the click, the core four, and like Perch if you could be the Sean Waltman or Armando, whoever, but
special.
the click. There's always that four, and like for us, like a lot of times it's us four in the car together. Me, you, Manny, and Chuco. Sometimes we had extras like Mav and Rico when we were fitting inside to the walk truck, driving 8 hours to Indiana for a bullshit tryout, getting worked. But just making those memories. Manny and Chuko, similar to Doc, were guys who saw something in me quick. I came in, I won't say names, but another guy was there when we were doing drills, and I always got blamed for drills being messed up. Doc was the first one to be like, let's go in the ring and show like Bruiser and Frank, like, you're not stupid. You actually get this. Chuko is the first one to say, Frank, let me have a camp match with him. And like Chuko kind of like we played off the story of like at camp I was known for a hip toss, so we just played off that. Manny the next day wanted it immediately. Those guys just right off the bat come to WPW, jump in the car with me. I got my eye cut by Roadhouse. Won't say how, but my eye I couldn't see. I can't see out my right eye, so my left eye I was pretty much blind. Chuco drove me, picked me up from my house in Brown Deer, drove me all the way to the south side to the hospital. It was a long drive to the hospital, but it was 11 o'clock at night, bro, in pain, and he was just dropped everything, came and got me. You know, uh, I did a lot too with those guys. My son Jack and I would do boys' night with them. We'd go see Marvel. First time we did boys' night was the night we saw my dog Athena get born. So we were all together. Armando Alvarez with us. Even Armando Alvarez, he was a kid who we saw a lot. Caribbean saw a lot in the same thing. When they first came in, they didn't have it right off the bat. They got a lot of heat, and Armando was kind of getting the same thing. And we put him in that story and like showed everyone what we all saw off the get go, and like what a lot of guys at camp saw, but no one else was seeing. And look at him now. Armando's he's like one of the most beloved wrestlers in the state. And I like to think that the Caribbean arrogance really helped him like get out of that shell and like break into who he is today. Um, yeah, dude, no, like that drive to the collective, they didn't know they were going to Indiana, but we were in their car. They were driving because my ankle was I had a second-degree sprain, so I couldn't drive. I was on crutches. But we drove to Indiana. They drove. So
Yep,
uh
and didn't know where they were going.
we had Doc on the phone. We were all kind of frustrated with wrestling, especially with kind of, just where we were at and how we were like wanting to step up and seeing homies we knew stepping up. And I just remember it was like 5, 6 hour drive, Doc on speaker, us talking month by month what we wanted to do, how we believed in ourselves. We heard people saying we'll give him enough rope to hang themselves, and we said, "Fuck it, like do that. That rope could be as short as you want, bro. We're gonna make it work." And like when we had that TLC match and that payoff, it felt like icing on the cake, and I didn't think we can go above and beyond that. And then Saturday came, and yeah, we went above and beyond expectations. I'm an emotional dude. People know that. I was even at the gym, I was thinking about this match. It made me feel weird. Driving to the show, thinking about how this could be the last tag team like match we could have as a tag team potentially. It was a weird feeling. It was a weird gut feeling knowing that like you have this clique, these four guys, these three guys who have your back. Like Doc, Manny, Chuka were always the guys I knew no matter what, always have my back. I was like when I was like new into the game, I was with three guys I could count on with everything, and just knowing that two of them were kind of like stepping away just is a weird one. It's a weird one. It was a weird one for me. Of course we're gonna see each other. We're on Fortnite and all that, but I mean, yeah, those tears, everything was those are real. Uh, Those are like one of those you knew it's going to happen in your career. You're not expecting it to happen early. I'm expecting it like 15, 20 years down the line when I can barely move myself and thinking about it.
8 years is a long time. I know it hurts to think about that.
No, I know. It's definitely a long time, especially like Oh, last story too. It's kind of like how me and Chuko knew we were gonna be good friends. My first show, debut show, we had Secret Santa, and we all had to draw names. And I showed up with a baby doll. And Chuko, and when I said I had Chuko, he looked at me and said, "You son of a bitch!" Oh man.
Pretty sure he was on his way to having his most recent one.
Oh yeah. I mean, Chuko, I will say thank you because I am taking that cutter from you, but I will always call it the Caribbean cutter.
It's a good one.
It'll always be Caribbean cutter. It'll never change. It won't be country cutter. It won't be no GRE cutter. It's gonna be the Caribbean cutter for life. And then Perch.
Yeah, I would say greatest moments with Caribbeans. And they were there when I first got into pro wrestling. Uh, Caribbean Arrogance, Manny and Chuko, they were great brothers. And remember earliest fair shows that I was a part of and refing, they were starting out as a tag team, and they were taking on I think Baxter and Chucky, and
Oh,
and at one point Chuko went over the top rope and caught his leg on the ring post, and he sliced it pretty deep. It was a nasty gash, and and that was pretty early on. That was back in 2018, one of the first fair shows we did on the Summer Sizzler, and the way he, you know, worked so hard uh, to get to the point of having a match and to have a moment like that happen, and it didn't stop him at all from continuing on and performing and really doing a great job. Uh, Whether it was his first match or a very early on match, you could see right away that both brothers were very tough and they looked out for one another. And we got got him taken care of afterwards, some band-aids and a good wrap job, and but they look out for one another, and the heart and the desire is always there, and they've always been a pleasure to work with. Uh, my parents always loved watching them when they would come to the shows. My mom would say, "Oh, are the Caribbean brothers gonna be there?"
better, better announcer. Better
It
announcer.
was funny, because she's just a fan and she loved them, absolutely loved them. They were a couple of their favorites. Dad always loved him too, but his favorite was Baxter, and because the manservant with the tie and the shirt. But right then, you had the most energetic characters. Um, Caribbean Arrogance, the Caribbean Brothers at the time. It was just very playful, very fun. Uh, both of them always uh, putting that thought into their performance beforehand. So whether they had a microphone or just a match, they would always get the crowd involved, and someone would either hate them or love them, regardless. And the way they handled the hate was, they brushed it right off their shoulder. 'Cause they know it's pro wrestling and people are going to say certain things and go with it. But they stood up for one another, and we all had their back. And you learn pretty early that we all have to let things roll off. And the way they did it with such playful attitudes um, made me realize that what we do is so much fun. No matter how serious it can be at times, we also have so much fun with it. Uh, and I remember shows at Summerfest grounds for Labor Fest with Armani. I remember training 3 or 4 days a week. Yeah, 3 days a week at Thumpers, and then Saturday, so 4 days a week, and then Sunday at Armani's camp at Papa Luigi's too. So 5 days a week of training, and Manny and Chuko were right there with me uh, through it all. The cold days at Papa Luigi's and the hot days. Either way, either too
Yep.
hot or too cold, and you'd step off that ring and your feet would shatter.
And then
Uh,
too tall.
but it was always a good time. Always a good time. The earliest days. Remember, they stayed late with me one time at camp, and I ended up getting a black eye. It was my first like accident in the business, and they were right there. It was no one's fault. It was, my own, if any. But for all of us to be there for it, it was just funny. That stuff's gonna happen, and we're all in this together, and we're all gonna. Bruiser told us you're gonna get hurt, and you're gonna accidentally hurt people. So for the brothers to be right there with me, and to see how I reacted to getting the black eye and just laugh my butt off, like, yeah, we're all in this together, and no matter what happens, we're gonna continue and have fun with it. Uh, Meeting both their families throughout these years was incredible. Um, but yeah, the Summerfest grounds, the Summer Sizzler tour, MEPW back at Dick's place with the sand volleyball court, Ricky Morton. Um, that was back in 2018. I think that was before I was even oh no, I was repping. So yeah, I think that was 2018. Uh, Also working shows at Legacy Pro Wrestling. You were there, Doc. Zach, you were there.
That New
We're all
Year's
there for these
show.
ones. And yeah, New Year's show. Um, and La Pica Lounge. We were always there for the shows for Dysfunction
Oh,
at La Pica
remember
Lounge, having a great time.
who was there when
Uh,
Manny learned how to do a moonsault and tried taking the moonsault super kick?
Yeah, and almost died.
Yeah.
Yep.
remember Rico de la Vega being in there for a while as well when he was in town. He was right there with the crew. Just we're all having good times and exploring pro wrestling and pushing the boundaries to see how far it goes. And Jay Manny and Chuko have been right there with me by my side for since day one. So I've always learned from them. And also when I started going to Chicago for Lucha Libre Galley, uh, they were also there. So they had found their path and pursued it at Galley Lucha. So uh, I met up with them there, and we'd work shows in Chicago all the time and do Lucha shows. And it was just like we were right back at, Thumper's Den, always knowing that there's two good performers and good workers who know how to work professional wrestling and entertain a crowd. So no matter where we were on any given night, just like it was at the outside, it was effortless in how we perform. There's no one quite like it. So those two are two of my favorites of all time. And looking back at all the pictures we've taken with the groups of people in locker rooms all around,
Yeah.
especially southeastern Wisconsin and the fair shows all throughout Wisconsin, and uh, yeah, legendary, really. Some iconic characters that I'll always enjoy and always have
I've
much
been
love.
to WrestleManias, one with Doc and one with the Caribbeans. It's quiet.
Shut up, Mark. Sorry, Mark. Or what was it? Sorry, Mark.
Sorry, bro. Dude, I remember that trip too. That was the last time I had that big ass beard. And I let the Caribbeans. I keep calling Caribbeans. No, Caribbeans. Come down. Mark, you got me stuck.
And to see
Bro, that's such a
both
good
of them
match.
put
I
in
like
that
feel like I
work,
can't.
seeing both of them put in that work and transform their bodies into professional wrestling bodies.
Yes,
I mean, talk about
yes,
transforming.
yes.
Both of them had good size to begin with, but really put in work and dedication. And you could see, I mean, it's motivating seeing people around you putting in work to get in good pro wrestling shape. Both of them had high endurance and good and still do have good bodies and good endurance, good in ring shape. And to see all the work over the years has been very motivating.
Yeah, definitely.
Yep. So now that we got all emotional, that we're gonna take it on home by talking about what we got this weekend. Doc, what we got?
Got rescheduled. Second wrestling is what we got.
Second wrestling, we'll be making our kind of like main show debut. Again, this time no tag titles. Grayson and Val were not able to get the job done, but we are going to take on Grayson and Valor first time 2-on-2. It should be fun. Eddie Grayson was one of those when he was hearing rumblings about Doc's return, was messaging, "Hey, is it possible that we be your first match back?" But like as Doc was coming back, he got injured. So two young guys killing it. Chicago, probably like the young guns of the Chicago area right now. Probably like going to be the guys for the next few years. Um, but we're gonna show them what's up.
Yep. About to clip those wings, little birdies.
Yes, sir. And then
Yeah,
nothing else after that besides maybe watching a Rumble.
Oh yeah, that's this weekend.
Yes, sir.
your
And then
guys,
what,
your guys'
what do
opponents
you
for
got?
that weekend were fans in the crowd when we started wrestling and traveling. So it's fun to have that perspective of
Yeah,
any opponents or like a nice tag team, a coherent, good tag team,
we will
partners.
open the show with people who were fans and had bought our merch.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, IPW.
Yep. So that was wild.
It was wild too. Bruce City. Some fans walked up to me at the end of the show, and it's just humbling. Like, cause like I live by the motto of no one knows me, no one cares about me. I'm just, I'm here, gonna like do what I do.
Oh yeah.
Uh, but we had fans walk up and they're like, "Country, you know how long I've been waiting to see you guys wrestle? Every time you've been scheduled and we've come to see you, the match has been canceled or something's happened." And they said it's been like 3 or 4 years since they wanted to see us wrestle.
Yeah. So that was another good feeling in the emotions moment.
But sorry, Perch.
Oh yeah, and this weekend uh, we've got school for the rest of the week, and yeah, looking forward to seeing how it all goes.
Yeah. Yeah. Said we're all proud of you here. Classes sound interesting for the most part.
Hell yeah.
Thinking about it, so I'm coming in at a 30 in my 30s here as a freshman with a fresh perspective, full-time student, all on campus classes, and thinking, I graduated high school 2010, and people around us, it's like when I started wrestling and entered the wrestling world, some of these people were in like fourth grade,
Yeah.
and when I
Yeah.
graduated high school, some of these people were
Jack.
like just a
Freaking
couple
Jack.
years old.
Yeah. Look at that. Like Jack is the biggest one. What are you doing
uh,
here? Like
so
the
that perspective is
memories
it's
that
funny. I
flooded
I
in
can't
my
help but
flashback.
smile.
Yeah.
Bro, my Jack was in fourth grade when I met him at MKE.
Yeah.
But I embrace it.
It's
About to be
insane.
a senior.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh,
Yeah, it was fourth grade when I was
Yeah,
rolling
it's funny
around
the
the ring.
different perspectives to have, but to be
insane.
open to everything is what it's all about. Fresh culture, always.
Yes, sir.
Sir, but now I think it's about time we take it on home. So, Perch, any final thoughts or questions?
Yeah, keep finding professional wrestling that you love. Celebrate pro wrestling. We'll see if we come up with another book here now that we're starting to get more creative ideas and things flowing. We'll definitely, now that we're a full-time student, need need the income. So we'll see if we make a second book or a big book or something coming up.
Yeah, yeah.
So stay tuned.
Hell
More to
yeah. And
come
then,
for sure. Just a matter of how we're going to do it.
hell yeah. Doc, any final thoughts or questions?
Continue to enjoy wrestling. I feel like we've had to say a lot of goodbyes in the past month. Not just the Caribbeans. We talked about Josiah. I don't know if Wah said a big goodbye,
No.
but Wah, so it's been an emotional month, but continue to love wrestling. We never say never. I hope I see these guys down the line, and that's it.
And then for me, I'll be the retrospect. We'll see those guys down the line, but we staying in here. Unfortunately, the game ain't. Me and Doc ain't leaving the game anytime soon. We just came back
Nope.
three
Yep.
straps, less than half a year in. So continue to promotions. Looking for tag teams. Hit us up. We'll go anywhere. I know Perch is kind of going locally, so if you guys got any local cheat sheets, Quizlets, anything like that, rate my professor, send them his way about his classes. And then, yeah, it's about time we take it home. So follow us on all the social medias, and I'll be easy. One.